Hello everybody, welcome or welcome back. Today I am going to be doing a bit of a different video. I thought it would be fun to go through all of my journals and kind of take you through how I like to journal. I feel like I've come full circle with my approach, and the way that I do it now I think is like a good balance for me between like excessive and like I'm not going to be able to stick to it and like actually meeting all the things that I want. So I'm going to take you through all my current journals, kind of show you how I like to journal, how I separate different things, etc, etc. And then I also thought it would be fun to take you back in time a little bit and we'll look at some of my older journals just to get an idea of how we got here. First things first, I'll show you what I'm currently using. Currently I have 3 journals in rotation. That might seem excessive, but these all have a different use. Firstly, I have this is my everything journal, I guess you could say. I use this like a diary. If I just have a random thought, I'll write it in here. If I want to draw something, I'll do it in here. This is like an everything catch-all situation. Then we have my reading journal, which is very well loved. I've used the majority of this. I'm gonna have to get a new one probably at the end of the year. And like I said, reading journal. All of my reading tracking happens in here, and all my like reading goals are in here. Write about all the books that I'm reading as I'm reading them in here. We have this beautiful journal which I got from a Luma crate, and I have been slowly making kind of collage scrapbook type things from some of my favorite books in here, which is a newer edition but a well-loved edition. So yeah, those are the 3 that I am currently using, but I have a couple historical artifacts for us to go through first. We have this artifact, it says gorgeous on it, quite right. This is my childhood journal. I started this in 2011, so how old would I have been? 8? Yeah, so around 8. Yeah, so this goes from 8 to, I think the last time I wrote in this was in 2015, so I would have been 12. It's not full, naturally. I don't know if any of my journals actually have reached the last page, because sometimes I just need new inspiration. I thought it would be fun though to read some entries from this. First off the bat, warning, keep out or you'll get it. What is it? Oh my god, she's threatening people. Okay, so let's just read my first entry. This is really precious. This is my first throwaway. Throwaway? Is that a word? Is that how you pronounce that? Throwaway into the journal sphere. Dear diary, my name is Holly Ann and I have just bought you. Spelt wrong. Your job as my diary is to keep all my secrets in and news. You are very lucky to be my diary because I get a lot of juicy news and news secrets. Any back to my news right now. No punctuation at all, by the way. I didn't understand how to use full stops until I was kind of old. I genuinely just didn't understand them. I'm on my way to McDonald's because when we were eating at the garden centre, Sienna wouldn't choose anything to eat, so my dad said we can eat at McDonald's. I will have my pudding there and Sienna will have her lunch. Any is gonna be quite long ride. Thanks for listening, from Holly Ann. Really, really entertaining stuff. My favourite thing about my youthful journal entries was I would pretty much just say hello, goodbye. For example, I'm so excited because I'm going to Legoland. I'm just sick. See you soon, Holly Ann. I don't want you to be jealous because you're coming with me. I will see you soon. That was the entire entry. Hey, haven't spoken in ages, so today I got a millionaire. Don't know what that is. Love to chat, but not very long. By the way, my friend's coming over tomorrow. I promise to speak to you, from Holly Ann. Isn't that precious? So this was pretty much just used as a diary. We do have some artistic licenses taken with the drawings. Feels sick. Charming. But yeah, I didn't do much other than just writing these. Going to Legoland today. Adorable. From there, I didn't think I fully used a journal again until the next one when I was much older. This was a sporadic thing, not something that I could really keep to. I wasn't like a teenager who had to like write down all her feelings constantly. I just let them fumble around in my brain. But next we have this little notebook. And I started this. When did I start this? Let's see. 2020. So I started this just before I went to uni, and I ended it right at the start of my 3rd year because I wanted a fresh start and a new journal. But I got all the way to there. So I you know, I got through this journal. Again, this one is pretty much just writing. Lots and lots of pages of my uni thoughts. Had a lot to say, to think about. I sometimes did little artistic endeavors as well. Yeah, sometimes I would do like different things. Like here I have, this is cute, songs for that period of my life. Which, okay, so I can't actually listen to these songs now because they genuinely trigger me into like really negative, like just a negative, like horrible feeling washes over me. But the songs that they are make it really, really funny. Let me just tell you what songs will actually make me feel really, really sad inside. And it's genuinely just because I was listening to them on repeat, like to kind of block out the noise when I was having a really shit time. Let Me Love You by Mario. Your Body by Pretty Ricky. Roll Up with Khalifa. This is not my music taste at all, which is the most hilarious thing about it. I don't know what I was going through. This was what I needed to comfort me. How Do I Breathe? That was a good song still. I could probably still listen to that. Sure Thing by Miguel. Next to You, Mike Jones. I Gotta Be Next to You. Pulling Me Back by Tyrese, I guess. Walk Away, Paula Deander. Can't Help But Wait, Trey Songz. Waves by Miguel and Casey Musgraves. That song still eats. Ooh, set it up. And then from there, I continued to kind of like add in the dates. So like early December to January, songs that I was loving. King of My Heart, Call It What You Want, The Lakes, Right Where You Left Me. 2022, False God, Afterglow, So It Goes, Daylight, The Archer, I Think He Knows. And then March, One Direction Era, Last First Kiss, Diana, Girl Almighty, Love You Goodbye, Stand Up, Never Enough, Nobody Cares, She's Not Afraid. In my One Direction era. So yeah, this is mainly just my musings, but we have a couple fun things going on in here. And then in my last year of uni, I picked up this, and I got pretty far in it, but I wanted another journal, a new journal again, a fresh start journal again after using this one. And this has a lot of different things. This has some like manifestations, like some goal lists. I have like a vision board type thing in here. A little YouTube. That's so cute. Habit trackers. This was something really cute that I did. I've tried to keep it up this year, but I really haven't been that successful in it. But for every month of the year, I would pick a Taylor Swift song to kind of describe the month for me. Yeah, I have lots of things. Like I have a countdown to when I was going to go see Harry Styles, which is fun, and then just this random picture and some fortune cookies. Lots of different things in here, but mainly again just like writing. Lots and lots of writing. Lots and lots of feelings and things. I also drew butterflies at one point because I still to this day see butterflies everywhere. They follow me and I'm like, girls, what are you trying to tell me? This was very random. I got inspired to do this when I saw the Barbie movie. Cool. Yeah. And then in terms of reading journals, when I first started reading again in my third year, well, I started reading again in the summer between my third and second year of uni. By the start of my third year, I was like cemented every day, loving it. So I wanted a reading journal, and I got this one from Papier. It's just a notebook, and I really like how it looks. I would do this same kind of like design, I guess, like format on every page for every book I read, but I ended up stopping. I got about there, and I didn't want to do it anymore because it would just take way too long. I didn't have the like urge to keep doing it, so it wasn't something that I was gonna do, you know what I mean? Because I'd have to like make the little boxes, write in the things, blah blah blah. I also made this, which was cute, little anticipated reads. I've read most of these by now, I feel. Yeah, we have this one, which is very cute, but this just wasn't, it just wasn't working for me. Like the pages didn't stay flat enough. There wasn't enough I felt like I could do with the lined pages. I'm also like when I start a format, it's hard for me to change like in the same book. Do you know what I mean? This just wasn't working as much as I needed it to. It wasn't giving me as much room as I needed it to do. So the next journal that I ended up getting was the book journal that I'm currently using now. This is a bullet journal, and I've had bullet journals in the past, and these just work so much better for me. I started this obviously last year in 2023. I copied a lot of, what's her name, Rachel Catherine's pages. I don't know if those are hers originally, but I really liked those. So I have my little reading goals page, my book log. This is a really good format I still use today. New releases page. You'll be able to see once I go to 2024 what I've carried on, basically. This is the 2023 books I want to read in 2023, A to Z, book bucket list, my series tracker, which this didn't really work that well for me. I think maybe because I just didn't like how it looked. I just didn't really come back to the page that much. This I did a while after because I left a separate page. This definitely worked better. I preferred how this looked, but still wasn't like obsessed with it. Is there books? I can come back and fill in this a bit more, which is exciting. I love filling in things. Okay, and then I have my little Hall of Fame. This is just all probably 4.5 and higher books I was reading at the time. And then my top books of 2023, which I didn't actually fill in these last few pages, which maybe I should do that. I don't know. And then we have my favourite book bracket, which was Fourth Wing. DNF Graveyard. I don't actually DNF that many books apparently, which is interesting. And then we have my physical TBR, which I really like this little flippy thing. I think this is really nice for being able to add more things on what looks like one page, but it's two. And then we have my first spread for the month. This looks kind of different to how I do it now, but a lot of it's the same. I still use the to be read thing. I still use this format for like logging the books. Just a bunch more random things. A little summer TBR list, which I didn't finish. I did this final 2023 stats page, which I like to look on, I guess. And then I did 2023 books at a glance, which I also really like. Just like the visual. I picked random books throughout the year that like stood out in my mind as like, oh yeah, I really remember reading that, and put those all on one page. That's great. And then 2024, I did a similar thing to 2023, but I just condensed this little brick system because it took up 2 pages. I felt like that was like unnecessary. And then I moved the top books page to here because that just made sense together to me. And then I have my book logs. As you can see here, there's a little line that is 2023 did come into 2024 a little bit, so hopefully that won't happen again, but we'll see. Yeah, so I have 2 pages of that. Same thing for new releases, same thing for the A to Z and the book bucket list. I haven't been keeping up with this enough because there's definitely like, I've definitely read an English author, definitely read dual POV, probably read a title over 10 letters, probably read a book less than 300, but I just like, I'll get to it and be like, oh no, this isn't the book I want to fill out. As you can see, I kind of like copy I copy a rough idea of what the page looks like. Not the page, what the book looks like. So like this was, what was this? Unravel Me from the Playing for Keeps series. This was Magnolia Parks. This was Powerless. This was Empire Storms. This I think was Beach Read. This was Kingdom of Ash. This was Imagine Me. This was Never by Jessica Hastings. This was Things We Left Behind. So yeah, I really like this page. I need to keep up with it because I really like how it looks when it's like finished. Then we have my book bracket, favourite books. We have my DNF graveyard, and this was my tandem checklist for when I read Empire of Storms and Tower of Dawn. And then this is my 24 books I want to read in 2024. I like how this looks more than the previous one. I think this is really cool, and I'm doing really well. As you can see, I only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 books left, so hopefully I'll be able to finish that. Then we have my physical TBR. Something that I really liked I did is I like made the distinction where 2023 books were, so like I can see clearly how many books I've been buying, which to be fair, halfway through the year I think that's pretty good. Pretty happy with that. Then we have my priority TBR. I really love this page as well. I think this looks really cool, and I have gotten through a lot of these books. And then we have my bookshelf, which I just put every single book I read on. I just think it's a nice visual to just see the colours. Like I've done romances pink, so you can see how many romances I've read. And then I've put for audiobooks and Kindle books like a little design tab thing on the top, so you can see how many audiobooks and Kindle books I've been reading, which mainly I've been reading physical books this year, which I like. And then I also have this, which I really like, my TBR cart. These are all the books I had from 2023, so as I read them I'm filling them out, and I'm also keeping track of the month so I know when I've read them. I'm going to try and get through more of these because I would like, every time I can fill this out I get very excited. And then these are just new books. As I buy them I'll put them in and like colour them in for each month I bought them. And then we have my series tracker. This I like a lot more than the previous one because it has a little space for my favourite book, which I think is cool. And I know that I like, I find it satisfying to fill out the book, like the image of the book. So this works a lot better for me. And then we have my rereads, and then we have my Kindle reads. Haven't read that many books on Kindle this year. And then this is what all my spreads pretty much look like now, pretty consistently. I mean, I do different colours for each one, but they all pretty much look the same. And then we just have my birthday books. I thought it was cool to do like a little spread for that so I can keep track of what I rated those, and then a continuation of the series tracker because I ran out of room. And that is it. We are up to June. Yeah. So that is my current book journal. I really love it. It works really well for me. I get so excited to do it every single time I finish a book. I've been consistent in it for over a year, so success. In addition to that book journal, I started doing this, which I got this journal notebook from Illumicrate, and I thought it was perfect for like spreads because it is square. So the first thing I did when I got it is I put in the front these sticky notes that just have all the series that I want to do. A lot of these have changed because this was a long time ago, so I just kind of do them as and when I want them. But I knew I wanted the first 7 pages to be just 1 page for each Harry Potter book. I've only done 1 so far because it's a lot of pressure doing these for me. Like I make it kind of like a big deal in my head, like I don't want to mess it up. So I've only done 1 so far, but I think this turned out kind of cool. I quite like this. And then we go 7 pages down and we have my first like other book spread. So this is A Court of Mist and Fury. This also I think turned out really cool. Like I quite like it. My only issue with it is the glue I used did not stick down very well, which is annoying. But other than that, I like it. This page is so thick because it's got like 2 things stuck in between because they just looked bad, so I had to get rid of them. This one I think is maybe my favourite, my Magnolia Parks one. I just think it turned out so good. I just love how it looks. It really gives Magnolia Parks vibes to me, and I'm just proud of it. I love the little lyrics that I added in. I think that really adds to the page, like from different songs that remind me of Magnolia Parks. That feels like really personalized for me, which I love. And I love this writing, the most beautiful boy in every room, the great love of my life. I really love how that looks. And then 1 more page. I haven't quite finished this one yet, but we have Things We Never Got Over. I don't even know why I picked that book. I just was going through the books I had left and I was like, oh, that one sounds like it'd be pretty. I like how this turned out. It's cool. And then we have Consider Me over here, which is a book I love. I need to add in stuff around it, which I never got to, but again, I have all the little quotes that remind me of the books. Yeah, I think it's really cute. I need to get back to doing this because I really enjoy it, but it stresses me out because I want it to be perfect. What's good about my other book journal is that I can just like do it and not worry so much about how it's gonna look, because I don't know, it just always ends up looking fine. Yeah. And then finishing off, we have my everyday journal. I'm probably not going to show you everything in here because obviously it's personal, but I can hopefully show you a couple pages. I also have this little thing attached to it. This was a wish bracelet that I had on me, and it sounds really like stupid, but I tied it on and then I was like, I don't know if that's really something that I want for me right now. And the whole idea is that your wish comes true when you take it off, and I'm like, I don't want it to fall off. And then it, like, I'm very I believe in like things like that, like signs and da. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna take it off myself and I'm gonna attach it to my journal, and it's kind of like I'm gonna shelve it, you know? I don't know, but it felt better than just letting it fall away. Whatever. Okay, so we open it up and we have, okay, so this page you can't see, but basically on this page is just like a bunch of like manifestations and stuff, and then we have my vibes, as I put it, which makes me cringe, but basically just like makeup, outfits, overall vibes that I kind of want to emulate this year. And then this is the page of songs, which I have not been consistent in. I need to go into it and like really actually do it, but I've done January and February. Again, very hope is a dangerous thing for a woman like me to have. Jesus Christ, I think I felt a little bit insane in January because the quote I've put is, I've been tearing around in my fucking nightgown 24/7, Sylvia Plath. And then I have February, I have a Nile horror. You feel you're sinking, overthinking, time is crashing down. Oh, if you need somebody, the world's too heavy to shine, it's not too late now, it's just science. Which apparently I was feeling in February. And then for March, I've written in pencil Chiquitita because I went on a girls' holiday in March, which felt very Mamma Mia, those vibes, and I was like, okay, that's the song for March. And then April we have 22 because I turned 22 in April. What can you do? I have this new albums I want to listen to page, which I was not very good at. I listened to the show, listened to normal fucking Rockwell, but I did not get through it. I really need to get into Hosier because I know I'd love him, but I'm so bad at broadening my horizons. But I have Hosier album, Fleetwood Mac album, because Rumours is one of my favorite albums, but I just haven't like explored more of their music, so I need to do that. And then a Zach Bryan album because everyone loves him, so I need to do that. And then I did a little page on the Lana Del Rey album I listened to. I also just did like random drawings in here, like this is just some fish, which was interesting. Meet Me at Midnight, I wrote out the lyrics to This Is Me Trying, which I do a lot apparently. I think I really go through it. I love this page. Taylor's version lyrics I love, just a bunch of lyrics that I'm obsessed with. And then this is my hands. This is something that I felt important to do because I really want to get into rings this year, but I have fat, chubby little hands. Like, they are just little sausage fingers. They're really small, but they're just like chubby. Like, they're like baby hands. So I wrote down the size of all my fingers and they are all too big for any rings. So, god damn that. This again is fun. A ranking of all of the Taylor Swift Vault songs, All Too Well, 10-minute version at the top, of course. Going down, I feel like my ranking might be different from a lot of people's because I personally love the Speak Now Vault tracks. That's just me. Yeah, so in this I just basically do whatever springs to mind. This is fun. A little Holly Ann's current faves picture page. Eternal Sunshine I was loving. Lego Flowers I was loving. My bookshelf I was loving. Real Housewives I was loving. And then my favorite book at the time, this is really cute. I need to do another one of these because this is fun. Just standard journal stuff as well. Oh, and then I did a full spread for the Torture Poets department. I don't think I finished this though. I think, yeah, I need to like fill in that little space, but this is really cute. Love this. the track list pulls out from here, which I'm not going to do because it's hard to tuck back in, but live, laugh, love. And then we have my concert countdown for the Taylor Swift concerts I'm going to, which I need to fill in because I'm like down here somewhere. Like we are going like this weekend. And then a little movie tracker. That is about it. Okay, so that is going to be all the journals I have. I as you can see, have gotten through a decent amount. I definitely am more consistent with it now than I have ever been in my life, which is great. I love doing it. The only thing that I wish I did more was probably write in my red journal, because that is the hardest thing to be consistent about. It feels like such a big task to sit down and write, but then when you do it, it's fine. So yeah, I need to get into that more, but overall I love the setup I have. The 3 I have now work really good for me because I have room to be like creative in them, room to like actually organize my stuff, and then room to just like spew my thoughts. So yeah, so that's gonna be the end of that. I hope you enjoyed this video, took something out of it. I don't know, it's literally just showing you through my journals. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. Please come again next time, all that kind of stuff.